what India was doing earlier and is being following our ancient Indian tradition is the right tradition. And Ayurveda is the right tradition. So rooting back to the Ayurveda and our Indian culture.
I think I have found so much respect for our deep knowledge in our culture and civilization, and it really saddens me that we've let it go. And in an ideal world, my dream would be to see how we can use the best of the modern medicine, the best of our Indian, our Vedic concepts, the best of everything. So I think it's not one or the other, it's what is true is the truth. And I say that the truth is always the truth. Where it's sourced from doesn't matter. It is how we accept it as the truth and how we implement it. And you were asking me earlier about alcohol. So I grew up in a household with no alcohol. And then, of course, in medical school and all, I saw people drinking. I was married to someone who really liked to drink as well. So I've seen the effects of alcohol. It never attracted me for whatever reason. I never drank. I lived overseas for 25 years. But I observed a trend of people drinking more and more, women drinking. I had never seen women drink at all in my growing up years, and I'm not that old, but and I see this trend of alcohol, the attraction to alcohol, and it's because there's so much abundance. Most people probably could not afford to have, wines or whiskeys who had low incomes. Now the middle class is able to afford, any food, any alcohol. It's at our doorstep. We see that as something that we relax with, we celebrate with. It's become the enemy that has disguised itself as a friend and has totally conquered our lives. And I feel very sad about this because as doctors, we're not talking about that. We've now even established safe amount of drinking. Doctors say, 1 or 2 drinks is okay. It's not okay because that's the truth. We talked about the truth. It's not okay. But we don't want to believe that because we've become so addicted to it. It's the enemy that we love now, and you don't kick out your enemy that you love. You want it. And
you support statements
for that. So, I quote Andrew Huberman's podcast on alcohol in 50 minutes of what alcohol does to your body. And Huberman Lab, Andrew Huberman does the best podcast. It goes on for a while, so they're long, but they're very knowledgeable. And 50 minutes he talks about what alcohol does to your body. And I think anybody who listens to it will know how harmful it is, just like smoking. Now everybody knows smoking is not good for you, but alcohol is still one of those demons that kind of disguises as something we celebrate with, something we party with. And unfortunately, when the destruction happens because of it, to families, to individuals, to health, to cancers, highest cause of preventable cancers in the world is alcohol. It's overtaken smoking. And so it's really something that we're not ready to understand. We don't want to hear, and everything around us promotes alcohol as the thing to do.
So do you say it is occasionally also is not good for health?
Yes, absolutely. And if you look at the evidence, alcohol kills your brain cells, and I want to preserve all of mine till I die. So, I think we're not ready to hear it though. I think as a community, in fact, some of the fastest growing economies like India, where wealth is growing, the alcohol consumption is increasing. And you said
that
the
lowest content of alcohol, like beer, brandy, so is also not good for
It's very bad for you. I would not say not good, it's bad for you. But do people want to hear that? No, because there's there's always an excuse to say. But having traveled the whole world, like you said, and I've seen people in the slums of Delhi to the royalty in Windsor in UK to everybody in the middle. They all end up in the same place, you know, whether you're drinking a $300 bottle of champagne or you're having, you know, the cheap liquor from the discount store. It does the same to your body. And addiction is the highest rising disease. And why we're getting more addicted to everything, we want instant gratification because our brains are short-circuited by our gadgets every single day. So we've bedded the enemy, plus our brains are unregulated. So it's a perfect recipe for disaster. And this is what I see in my rooms every day. I have suffered it in my own family. I've seen the carnage it's brought to me personally. So I've never been a drinker. I will never be a drinker. And I've promised to myself that my brain, my body does not need a drop of alcohol, you know, because
that dopamine we get from
you numb yourself, you numb your brain, you lose your brain cells, you start to get dementia, you start to get addiction when your own brain is unable to control your emotions. Then that's the lowest form of living. It's a disease that only God can help you with.
So for past how many years you are into this holistic or healthy lifestyle? Because our profession anyway will not teach us about the nutrition or holistic health. So we have to have that passion or our interest or something. Like, so for how many years you are into this?
Look, I'm now a graduate. I finished my medicine or MBBS about 25 years ago. So I've been a doctor almost quarter of a century. I think I always knew that was important because, like I said, I grew up in a household that was very conscious of health and well-being. I grew up learning dancing, eating Sattvic food. There was no alcohol in my household, so very spiritual. So I think it was always in me. And then as life takes you through ups and downs, you know, children, stress, education, there have been moments in my life that I'm not proud of where I gained a lot of weight or I didn't prioritize myself and, you know, exercising and that, and my health went down. 2 years ago, I went through a huge personal trauma, and that kind of, that pain was the catalyst, I think, to my growth. And I'm so grateful to God that I went through that because
every pain will give secondary
correct.
pain.
And you know, now when I say this, I don't feel like a fraud. I feel like I've lived it. I've earned the right to say
you have come out from the cage.
Correct. And you know, pain is inevitable, just like change is inevitable. But pain is also, if we do it right, can be your biggest blessing because your biggest growth happens in pain. And I know it's cliche, they say that, you know, that gold has to go through fire and then shine, and, you know, you think, why me? You know, I don't want to be gold. But, you know, it is true. These sayings are true. So for me, it all came together in my career, in my life, around that time when I was at my lowest and, you know, I weighed 96 kilos. I was broken mentally, physically. And I was young, and I thought, oh my God, I could die or get breast cancer.
Awareness is the first step in changing.
Correct.
So
and I think, and real pain. And you know, with God's blessings, it took me on this journey, and a lot of people that sort of supported me, people that you connect with. You know, you talked about the alignment, your environment. So I sort of disconnected with what was not serving me in my life. You know, the alcohol, the meat eating, all the lifestyle that I was kind of part of by association. And yeah, I became truly aligned to where I had started, you know.
You became aligned to your purpose.
Correct. And I think my purpose now is to live that true self and to help others and really take every day as it comes. I lost my mom when she was very young. She was only 58 and she died of cancer and kidney failure. And for years I carried a huge sense of pain of her loss. But now I feel like she's in peace, she's in heaven, and
You have released her. You
yeah,
have
I've released her from that. So I think of her as being in bliss, in God's,
hands.
hands. And I don't feel that pain
Pain
and
now.
grief anymore. And now I just want to do so much good in her name. My program is called Kiran Wellness. Kiran was her name. It means a ray of sunshine.
Okay, Kiran is your mother.
Kiran was my mom's name. So, I want to take her legacy to that level. I always say I want to live till I'm 100. I want to work till I'm 100. And I want to leave $100 million of legacy of health and well-being. I'll still eat my brown rice and dal, but I want to leave that to help live her legacy. And she was all about education, about feeding people. She would feed everyone that came to her. Yeah, she had a big heart, and she was very nurturing. So I want to bring that to anyone that I'm fortunate to be part of their journey and their health journey. So huge privilege I feel in my job, and every day when I am in my clinic, I just feel like God is sending me these people to help. And I don't do it for free, so it's not really a charity. I get paid for what I do.
It's the value what we are giving.
Perfect, yes. But also I think at some stage, if the program and everything is successful, a lot of part of that could go to people who cannot,
They say
achieve.
that money should be in the good hand. So if the money is not there in the good people hand, it will go to bad people.
And
So
this is a mental block I had for many years, that we grew up in a very middle class
Yeah,
family,
same
so we were always told you don't need money to be happy. Money can make you quite arrogant.
All
So we
rich
had
people are bad.
So I think we were taught that to help us cope with.
But we have to break those beliefs and
So I have had
money
to.
should come in good hands.
Correct, and this is what I now say. I could do so much with money than someone else. So I am passionate now to live my truth firstly, because I don't want to preach anything that I don't do myself. Speak my truth, help people understand the truth, and in the process generate a project, a resource that can help then millions of people around the world. So that's the dream.
Amazing. Your dream and your self-improvement. Actually, when we start implementing on ourselves and start telling to the people, that will inject them a lot.
Yes, I see that.
So that's why, as you said, like it is not the preach, it is the teach.
Yes,
So
and
teach.
inspire, I think, because my motto that is called heal yourself. So I feel that we can only guide them. The healing and health has to come from within. As doctors, we don't give you health. You get yourself to health. And when we empower the patient, give them those tools, that's when they get to the real health. And so I feel so excited, and being here in Tirupati, and I did darshan, Balaji darshan yesterday, and my son came to study here. He's doing his elective with Dr. Ganapati Subramanian that I went to medical school with. So there's a full circle, and this is probably the most important thing I will say. When you're truly healthy, when you truly live a life where your thoughts, your food, your body is healthy, your consciousness level raises, your vibrations raise,
energy levels,
and you connect with people.
Those people,
who are at the same level. So it's a compounding effect. Like I met you, I've met some amazing people, I had such beautiful darshan. So I just feel that the high on life itself is the highest high. So why would you need alcohol? That's the lowest low. So to me, to be high on life itself is the highest high. And I want to preserve every brain cell till my last breath.
See, this is the amazing lesson what we have learned today. Dr. Sonu, who lives in Australia, where the Indian culture has become so dirty that even a woman who is considered to be a god, is being drinking alcohol, considering that it is a passion and it is a high lifestyle. So we can learn from the people, and moreover Dr. Sonu is a doctor and she herself has experimented so many things and tried overworld different places, and she feel blessed to be connected to the Indians and to her mother nature. So whatever being she incorporated from the root that is there brought up. So she's connected to that and she has done a lot of research in that, and she's connected here. She says that Indian tradition, Indian culture has some meaning in that. Ayurveda has some meaning in that. So it has to be brought to the holistic, this holistic type of lifestyle along with the Ayurveda and our ancient Indian tradition, ways of our ancient tradition has to be brought into the allopathic medicine now. Allopathy. So that's what she is doing and that's what she is. And that's why she is able to give very much good to the patients and her patients and her people around her. Very happy. Even the vibrations, when I sit with her and talk to her, I got a different set of vibrations. This what happens when you sit with the like-minded or more energetic people. Your energy levels, your vibration levels also increases. So I would like to suggest you that you also align with your purpose, as Madam said.
So I say to people on a weekend, because very much in the Western it's weekday and weekend. I say on the weekend you do your food preparation, you organize for the week and meet one or two people who inspire you. That satsang and it's so important. So it's the company you keep. So seek it. If you in the world today you have to make those connections and when you meet people who inspire you, that's when we gain the biggest inspiration and growth. So, don't sit in front of the TV with a beer bottle. Go out there and meet people that have achieved success, true success, which is health.
Last message you want to give on my YouTube channel, which is Dr. GK Healthy Lifestyle.
My message, very humble message, is start somewhere. Know that you're made with love by your Creator and respect that by taking care of your bodies one day at a time. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much. So it was wonderful meeting you, and you have given a lot of time for us today to know so many things on holistic healthy lifestyle and so many things, and we got inspired with your leave your life script. Is it?
Yes, it's called your life script. Yeah.
Your life script, and so this is the amazing thing, and I would like to align with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you like my video, kindly subscribe and share it on to the others. Thank you. Have a great day.